Hello and welcome back to my channel. So this is my empties for the month of February, and it's crazy that this is the shortest month of the year and the most empties I've had so far in 2017. I'm not sure why. I think it's more just like I don't know, I brought we're still in our guest house and, oh, I'm sorry, it's like shaking. Gatsby, can you maybe chew this over here or here on the couch? Come on, up. Sorry, Gatsby's like chewing his little thing. See, when he moves around, it like shakes. I don't know how to fix that. So anyway, I pretty much I brought some things that I loved in here, but I also brought some things I wanted to try, or things I was hoarding, things that have doubles up, things that are almost gone. And now that we only have, I think, 2 weeks left in the guest house, they're finally onto painting. Our floors are finished. If you're friends with me on Facebook, I did post pictures of my floor on Facebook. If you're interested to see, I'll definitely take you around the main house when the painting is done and show you guys here on YouTube as well. Sorry, just taking a coffee break. It's 12:43 and this is usually late for coffee for me, but I took 2 spin classes this morning and my brain is starting to shut down, so I need the coffee. And I know my lighting is kind of whatever today, but it's raining, so there's nothing I can do about that. Anyway, yeah, I have a lot of candles. I've been burning a lot because it's cozy. I love the way candles look, and much as I'm melting wax, I'm still burning a lot of candles just because I crave that ambiance, and there's something so soothing and beautiful about a flickering flame that I love, and I'll never stop burning candles because I just enjoy it way too much. However, I have been doing a lot of these smaller candles because I have been melting a lot of wax. So if it's a scent that I really like, I tend to do a smaller candle, things that aren't too strong so I can still smell the wax. Or if I do have a complimentary candle, I will melt the complimentary candle to the wax. So let's just get into it. I'm going to actually start with what I hated so much I couldn't even melt. So I do have, well, no. One thing I hated, one thing is just old. So I do have 2 things that still have wax in them that I'm going to talk about first. So first, and this was not a hate, this is actually a love. This is Rose Jam from House of Wax Melts, and this is an Etsy vendor. I really like House of Wax Melts. Definitely an awesome vendor. I started ordering from her way before I got into any of the vendors you see me hauling now. I don't know, she's just doesn't seem to really be in that circle. You don't hear a lot about this vendor in the wax groups. And I had just found it back when I was shopping for wax on Etsy, and I would just search and her stuff would come up. She has a lot of really great Lush dupes. That's what I like the most about her wax, and that was what got me into wax. I started getting really into Lush, and I love this scent so much that I would start looking on Etsy and looking for candles that smelled like different Lush scents, and I couldn't find candles, I could find wax melts. So that was really what got me into the vendor world, and then watching Angela's videos and seeing more about the vendors, and I was like, oh, there's so much more than Lush dupes. So regardless, House of Wax Melts is the best Rose Jam dupe I've ever smelled. It is so spot on to the Lush scent. Sometimes the dupes of this can be sometimes either a little too sweet or a little too floral. This is perfect balance of rose, lemon, and sweetness, exactly what you get at Lush. The only downside is, as you can see, it says soy here. This wax is 100% soy, so it does not have a very long lasting power. Soy tends to go bad right around the year mark, give or take a little longer or a little less than a year. Typically it's a little bit less. I find that pure soy doesn't even last the full year for me. So this still smells good in the bag. You can smell it, but I went to melt a rose a week ago or 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks, I think it was Valentine's Day, I melted it, and it was completely unscented, and her wax is crazy strong, this being one of the strongest. Last year I was melting these roses alongside Vanilla Cookie Crunch and almost overwhelmed the Vanilla Cookie Crunch. That's how strong it was. So when this was totally unscented in a tea light, I just knew that this was too old, and it's unfortunate, but at least in the empties you can see how cute the shape is. They are these really beautiful little rosebuds. She has a lot of really cool shapes little bats and things like that. So definitely a vendor worth checking out if you know you're going to melt it immediately. Definitely within the first I would say 6 months and less. I wouldn't hold soy longer than 6 months just because if it's a good scent you don't want to lose it. So that was that. This next one is the most vile, most disgusting disgusting wax, candle, anything I've ever in my life smelled. I was like choking and gagging when this was, I mean, guys, it was so disgusting. And if you have like little ones that are watching with you, or if you don't like gross descriptions or something that's gonna sound like really dirty, you may want to fast forward like a minute or like take the little ones out of the room. So let's just get into it. This is Super Tarts Brave. And my friend Lindsay got this, and she melted 1 cube and sent it to me and was like, I just can't do it. For whatever reason, I think we both thought this was gonna smell like ginger ale because it's sugar dusted ginger root, sweet cakes, and a slight note of Earl Grey tea. Now these are all things I like. Sweet cake sounds amazing. I love tea scents, and I like ginger. I like eating it. I like the smell of it. So yeah. The scent notes didn't intimidate me. It actually sounded like it would be really good. So Linz gets it, and she texts me, she melted it, and she was like, it's just too gingery for me. I can't do it. I'm gonna send it to you. So I'm like, all right, I'll give it a try. I'll try anything. So she sends it, and on cold sniff, it smelled a little funky. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what it is. Like, there was a familiar smell to me when I opened it, and I'm like, I know that smell. What is it? It didn't smell at all like ginger to me. It doesn't smell like tea, and it doesn't smell like cake. And I'm texting Lindsay, and I'm like, I think it's like a food smell. It's definitely something I've smelled before. And then, like a couple days later, I went to sniff it again, and it hit me. It smells like dog treats. But not like, I don't want to say like good dog treats, like that sounds stupid, like what's a good or a bad dog treat, but like you can get like some dog treats that smell really funky, almost have like a dry / sour note. Like you know when a dog's breath is really bad, and sometimes dog treats smell like bad dog breath? That's what this smells like on cold to me. Like stinky dog breath, not cute puppy breath, like stinky dog breath and stinky dog treats. And I was just like, oh God, that's just like, I'm really picky about the treats and foods I give Gatsby. Like for treats, he eats raspberries, bananas, carrots, people food, because I can't deal with the smell of dog treats. Like it's really disgusting. And like he has a special food because that's part of his diet, and it, we keep it in a sealed container so we don't have to smell it. So I was really turned off by this on cold because I'm just like, ew. Smells like dog treats, like this is not gonna work for me. So then I put it in my warmer, and I'm sorry, but here's the gross part. I definitely got that dog treat note when it first started melting. I smelled that, and then when I went into the room, guys, it smelled like period blood. And I'm sorry, I know that's disgusting, but it smells like if you had just put in your garbage, like let's say you had, like you threw out dog treats or like wet dog food in your garbage, and then you like wrapped up a tampon, or actually didn't wrap up your used tampon, and you threw the used tampon, the bloody one, in the garbage with the dog treats. That's what this smells like. And I'm so sorry that that's my description, but like, that's what it smells like. And I hate to be so disgusting, but that's what it smells like. And either way, I texted Lindsay this, and she was like, oh my God. And I'm like, I feel so bad to say that, but like, that's what my nose gets, and it's really bad. So anyway, yeah, I've never had to like take a wax melt, and this is Brave by Super Tarts. Don't order it. I've never had to like pour a wax melt out. And I know there are people who like this because I've seen videos raving about this, and I've seen people raving about it in the group. So I know everybody's nose is different, and like, it's one of those things, like, how cilantro smells like a delicious, beautiful garden fresh herb to some people, and to some people it smells like disgusting soap. Like it's a polarizing scent, and there's like an enzyme inside you that makes it smell like soap. Like there must be an enzyme inside me that makes this smell like dog food and period blood in the trash. Like I don't know what else to tell you guys. Like I know some people like it. I'm not one of them. Like everybody's nose is different. That's what mine picks up. So anyway, that's all the shit talk I'm gonna talk this video. Let's move on to the rest of it, because most of the stuff I did like. I did go through another bag of 100 tea lights. I get these at Bed Bath & Beyond. They're super cheap. I think they're like $5 and change. And I always use a 20% off coupon when I get these, and they come out to like $4 and change. I love these. It's a huge, huge bag. There's 100 of them. I go through it really quick. The only downside is if you can see all this goop in here, like this like wax particle, they are really, really, really messy. Like they're really messy. That's why I just keep them in the bag and just reach my hand into the bag. I would like to decanter them into a cuter container, but these wax driplets and particles always just get everywhere, and they get all over my counter when I use them. They're really messy, but they're so cheap. They're so easy. They burn strong. They work. So I just keep buying them. Like, I'm not that picky when it comes to tea lights. I'm sure I could go to like Marshall's and get the little scented ones, or Yankee Candle, or order something online that are cleaner and not as crumbly. But sorry, coffee break. I'm cheap and I'm lazy, and it's just easier for me to buy those for $4 at Bed Bath & Beyond. So now the clamshells. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm a mess today. Soft Cashmere Amber. I really like this on cold. When I first melted it, oh no, this is the one I loved. I did like this. Sorry, I'm remembering another one. I finished this in the very beginning of the month. I just had to sniff it again. This is really good. This smells like fresh laundry and dryer sheets, and it's amazing. I don't get any amber in it, but it smells like dryer sheets with an undertone of warmth. So what it says here is warm cashmere, amber, sandalwood, patchouli, and citrus. Don't get amber. I do not get sandalwood. I definitely do not get patchouli. Citrus I can see because that dryer sheet note is very clean. The same way citrus makes something smell clean. No, I definitely don't get patchouli, amber, or sandalwood. I don't know what cashmere is supposed to smell like, but I'm assuming it's like a clean cotton type of smell because this does have that like fresh linen laundry note to it. And like I said, there is a warmth, whatever they put this in here, where this is like a very warm, comforting scent. So it's not like 100% on the fresh side because there is a warmth to it. But either way, this is beautiful. I really like this in the bedroom. I did do it in the bathroom as well, but it was a little on the strong side, like a little too strong for the bedroom. Gatsby's trying to eat that. So perfect for the bedroom for me. I mean, too strong for the bathroom. Next, Sugar Lavender Twist. I have, I think, like 12 or 15 of these. I know I have more than a full sleeve of just this scent. This is Better Homes and Gardens pink sugar dupe. I mean, it says Sugar Lavender Twist, but it doesn't smell like lavender. It smells like pink sugar. The only downside is like, it's not exactly like the perfume, and there are vendors who make a much better pink sugar dupe that's a lot sweeter to me. And this is almost like, there's something really pungent about this that at first it smelled almost astringent to me, but the more I melted it and the more I smelt it, the more I realized it's almost like a peppery bite, like an undertone, a background of like a peppery scent, which is odd. But yeah, then you get all pink sugar. But it's good. I mean, listen, my nose is super, super, super fucking sensitive. I mean, like, trust me, it's bad. I can smell things from like a mile away. Like, I can smell things coming out of people's pores. Like, my nose is really sensitive. So other people may not detect that, and it is really, really subtle. If you have noticed that about this one, leave a comment and let me know, because I'm really curious to see like who picks that up and who doesn't. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Either way, it doesn't really bother me because it is so subtle. I just like, I notice that it's there, and like in my mind, I'm like, there are pink sugars that are much better, but for $2, it's so cheap to always have on hand. It's like, fuck it, whatever. Anyway, next is from the Bathing Garden, Cinderella Would Be Jealous. And this is almond cake, marzipan, and vanilla icing. I love almond notes. I find that marzipan in wax smells exactly like Luscious Snow Cake, which smells like silly putty to me. It smells like plastic. It's just, it's disgusting. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I love almond, but it's gotta be like a bakery almond or like an almond paste. Like if you get like a tube of almond paste, even almond extract, like almond extract was sometimes can be like a little like cherry-ish, like even that I can do. But whatever the marzipan scent oil is, it's the same thing that's in Luscious Snow Cake. It smells like plastic to me. It's really bad. And this is another one, like the cilantro and soap combination. I know some people love that scent. And some people think it actually smells like cake and almonds and like all things goodness, and some people smell plastic. But I did get the other notes in here because I did get a cake and a soft vanilla background when this was melting, and it did overwhelm the marzipan note slightly, to the point where like when I only used one cube and it was nice and subtle, it was borderline nice, but then my nose would pick up that marzipan note and it would ruin it for me. So would not repurchase. Next is, if I could find it, 100% would repurchase. This is from Bed Bath & Beyond, and this is in Strawberry Macaroon from Ambiessence. Incredible. This has that almond note that I love, that almond cake, almond bakery note. And the like sweetest, very artificial, but I love artificial strawberry. Remember like those strawberry shortcake dolls when you were a kid? I don't know if you had them when you were a kid, but they were almost like a scratch and sniff doll. Like the doll was scented and it was like a super artificial, but super, super sweet strawberry scent. That's the strawberry that's in here, mixed with almond and bakery, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it. I love that artificial strawberry scent. So sue me, I love it. It's amazing. I know some people hate it. I am not one of them. I could smell I like artificial strawberry, I think, better than like real life strawberry. To each his own, right? I never claimed to be classy, obviously. Oh, let's do the Wallflowers. These are interesting. So Midnight Blue Citrus, I have this in my bathroom right now. Cannot smell a thing. I may actually even take this back to the store and exchange it. And this is the new one with the flat bottom. Smell nothing, which is upsetting because I really like that scent. Next up is Heirloom Pumpkin, which I realized with this Wallflower, I just cannot do Heirloom Pumpkin and a Wallflower. It's too much of a dry, spicy scent. And I do like spice, and I think it's their nutmeg, because this smells exactly the same. And it smells like moldy wood to me. It smells like wood that's gone bad. Like if you like, I don't know how to describe it. Like not like in a forest, like in a house. Like if you know you go into a really old house and there's like a muskiness and a dryness, and you like just know there's like mold on the wood. That's what these both smell like to me. And they both have that nutmeg scent in here. And to me, it made my home smell dirty. It made my home smell old. It made it smell like mold. I just can't do it. I know Melanie, Mr. Kong's mom, said that her creamy nutmegs had no scent. Mine, unfortunately, were scented. They were really powerful, and I had like 6 or 7 of them. I returned them all because I just can't do the scent. It's just, it smells really funky to me, just not good. So they were strong, but my nose doesn't like them. So that's that for the Wallflowers. And now let's get into these little tarts over here. So we'll start with Beezy's, and I'm gonna save this bag because I don't think this bag, no, there's no scent in it, and it's still good. I reuse these polypropylene bags because there's no holes in them. If they don't like have a scent lingering in them, like why not? Why waste it and throw it out? Like, I mean, if it looks like this, obviously, I'm gonna throw it out. Like if it has wax all over it, but if it's just holding something like this, I reuse it. So this was Sponge Sugar from Beezy's, which is this cotton candy dupe. It doesn't, I don't even really like it on cold because it doesn't smell like cotton candy to me. It smells a little bit fruity, but regardless, it doesn't matter because I melted this in my 24-watt mainstays. I melted it in a tea light, and I got nothing from it. It was completely unscented to me. I know people rave about Beezy's being so strong, but I have not had good experiences with Beezy's. It's not been consistent at all. There are some of his stuff that like it does throw, but it's nowhere near as strong as the hype would lead you to believe. And this just had nothing. I don't know. Beezy's just doesn't work for me. I would never order from Beezy's again because I don't get the hype. I just don't get it. This next one here is Winter. I used to love this, but I think I burnt myself out on Winter, and this really upsets me because I have the candle. I used to like hoard this candle. I loved it so much. So when it came out in a wax melt, I bought it and I was so excited about it, but I don't know, I never reached for it, and when I did melt it, I was like, I don't like it, which is upsetting. So yeah, I think my nose just burnt itself out on Winter. I went too hard with it one year, and now I'm just like over it. These are great though. These are super strong. I like these the best in my Glade 20-watt warmer. That's when, or like my Yankee Candle Centerpiece. I find that they do their best in a low wattage warmer. Otherwise, the scent burns off too quick and it's like not even that strong, like if the warmer is too hot. But the Glade and the Yankee centerpiece are perfect for these, and the scent lasts so long, like hours and hours and hours. So as long as you're in low wattage, I think the Bath & Body Works wax melts are fantastic. They're really steep in price, like $4.50 for 4. That's some bullshit. But you can always get them on sale. And these were like $1 and change over semi-annual, which is when I bought this. All right, so last two. Hi, Gatsby. Hi, little Papa. How are you? Oh, thank you for the licks. He's so cute. Lavender Mint from Wilma's. I love me an herbal lavender, but this combination was too much for me. It smells like a man who just went swimming in a chlorine pool and then took a shower in a gym locker room with Old Spice deodorant. Go figure. But I swear to you, that's exactly what this smells like to me. It's spicy, it's astringent, it's bitter, doesn't smell like, it's just not good. I can't do it. I had this in the Michaels warmer, which I believe is also a 20 watt, and it was crazy strong. Scent just did not work for my nose. Yeah, so. But her other lavender stuff, which is an herbal lavender, is really good. Just mixed with the mint, it didn't work for me. So I feel like there's a lot of negativity on this video. I hate being negative, but I mean, like, whatever, you like what you like. This, however, I loved. This was really good. This was House of Usher, Winter is Coming, which I just found out this is from Game of Thrones only because they have this image on the Bitmoji app, you know, like the little avatars that look like you, and it was under the Game of Thrones things. I don't watch the show, I know that from Bitmoji. And this is Refreshing Spearmint and Lemon, and it was so refreshing. I love this one in the morning when I needed to be productive. It is so sweet and citrusy. It's a beautiful lemon because the lemon is, it's like a tart, sweet Starburst lemon. It's like a candied lemon. It's not cleanery at all. And then there's like a watery note. And then the spearmint is so soft in the background that it doesn't even smell like spearmint, which is fine by me because I'm not a big fan of spearmint. It smells like gum to me. This didn't smell like gum. This smelled like sweet, candy, juicy lemon with like a bite of freshness and like a crispness to it. And I love how these two blended together. 100% would order this again. This was beautiful. And it was strong, but not too strong. Because that's the kind of scent you don't want to be too overwhelming. It was just perfect. I have nothing bad to say. All right, let's go through these really fast. Poor Girls Barbershop Reconcile. This is the best scent ever. This is my #1 brand new favorite scent in any wax melt from any vendor from anywhere. It's incredible. It's refreshing. It's sweet. It's clean. It's masculine. It's feminine. It's like everything you want a scent to be. Barbershop is Shaving Cream. Reconcile is a dupe of Lush's The Olive Branch, and it is pure perfection. This was a tiny little piece. I split it in half. It filled up my entire guest house. It is beyond strong. It is just... oh, it's so refreshing. It's so clean. I want my whole life to be scented in Barbershop Reconcile. Like, I could smell this every day, never get sick of it. It's so clean and fresh and beautiful. Everyone should try it. I do have a little pie, or it's not little, it's pretty good size, backup of this, but she is having another restock this month. And if she pours it again, I think I'm just gonna buy multiples of it because I never wanna be without this scent. If she pours this in a loaf, I'll be so happy, and I'll probably buy 2 loaves because that's how good it is. Next is Super Tarts Violet. Was not a fan. It's a great scent on cold. I sent the rest to my friend Lindsay because it just didn't do anything for me, as in it didn't throw. The scent is peppermint, blackberry, and cotton candy. Great combination. This is a like sister to the scent Tate, which is sweater weather, blackberry, and cotton candy. But Tate not only smells amazing, but is crazy strong, fills up everything. Violet, I put it in my 24-watt mainstays. The Michaels, a tea light, could not get it to throw. So yeah, the other 3 cubes went to Lindsay, and she's having a lot better luck with it. She said she loved it. I don't know how the throw, I think she said it was a little bit softer, but to me, I got nothing. I could, like, even if I like looked forward in the air and like sniffed the air, I couldn't detect it, which is not the norm for Super Tarts for me, but that scent just didn't work. So this was from the Advent Hagrid's birthday. This is shaving cream and tinsel, and maybe cake, I think, was the birthday, but it smells just like regular Hagrid's, which is shaving cream and tinsel. Tinsel is pomegranate, mint, and mixed berries. So minty, sweet, juicy berry shaving cream blend. Absolutely amazing. This was so strong. I cut it into teeny little pieces, put it in my tea light, and it like scented the whole room. So, so good. I do have a clamshell of Hagrid, a backup of this, and I would repurchase it again because I love it. Next is 2 cents in the same. This is Poor Girl Smoking Pipes. These are both samples. This one was 2 little skulls, and this one was like 1 like ice cube sheep. And this is really nice. I'm not usually a tobacco person, and the scent notes for this was, I think, tobacco and like a warm vanilla. And you mostly got the vanilla and then this like little hint of a really sweet, subtle tobacco. And it was just lovely. It was so good. I melted these all together, so it was the only scent going in my house at the time. And it was so subtle without being a light scent. Like, you know how like you can have a scent that you can smell it, you don't have to look for it in the air, it's like obvious that it's there, but, oh sorry Gatsby, it's not like in your face and overwhelming. It's just like the perfect subtle background scent. That's what this was. To me, this is a really nice guest friendly scent because it's like vanilla with a little something unexpected. I would repurchase this as well, and I would use this when I had company over. Really, really nice scent. Next up is another one from the Advent, and this is Night Before Christmas. This is Herbal Lavender, Candy Cane, and Cotton Candy. This was okay. It wasn't too strong. It was strong. I could smell it. It smells really good in the bag. The bag right now actually smells amazing. I'm getting like a sweet lavender and cotton candy, and it smells like delightful. But the melt itself, when it was on, her lavender has a little bit of like a sourness to it, like a sour funkiness that my nose just isn't a fan of. So I can't do Super Tarts lavender, unfortunately. So I would not repurchase this. But if you like her lavender, you would probably like this one because it was really, really sweet. There was just an undertone to it that I actually had to turn this off. I had it on to go to sleep and I could not fall asleep because that sour note just was bothering me. Next is Country Lane Keepsake Sugar Milk. Her sugar milk is incredible. Oh my gosh. It smells like sweetened condensed milk heated up on the stove right before it turns into caramel. Like, you know how you can, if you like cook sweetened condensed milk, like just by itself, it can like become like a dulce de leche, like a caramel kind of, and it gets that like caramelized flavor. This was sweetened condensed milk with like a caramelized caramel undertone. It was so good. My husband liked it at first. He was like, oh, that's really nice. It smells like sugar cookies, like you're baking something. But this was crazy strong. And apparently it was too strong for him. He was like, okay, it's kind of making me nauseous. But I loved every second of it. It was so good. And I just had it in a tea light warmer and it overwhelms everything in here. I would totally repurchase Carol's Sugar Milk. Really good. A good, like, cozy, like, warm you up winter scent. Next is Sassy Girl Aromas Blackberry Bramble Tea. I got this all excited that it was going to be a dupe for one of my favorite Bath & Body Works candles that is not out anymore, Blackberry Bramble Tea. But unfortunately, it smelled nothing like this, and it was, like, really bitter. I don't know. Not really. Yeah, I guess bitter. Yeah, it smelled like if you got, like, you know how like Twinings and Celestial Seasonings make berry tea? And you know how if you're into tea, you know that like you have to steep a tea bag at a certain temperature? Like it can't be boiling water, like you can actually burn the tea or like overwhelm the flavors, like if the water is too hot. So if you get like an herbal berry tea, like a herbal tea with berries in it, and like the water is too hot, it can smell burnt. That's what this smelled like to me, burnt herbal berry tea. So, yeah, didn't really like it. Next is Zape Bath Sweetheart. This was incredible. Oh my goodness, this was so, so good. I'm so mad at myself that I didn't buy the loaf because I had missed this restock. I was out and my friend Lindsay picked up the lavender soda loaf for me. But then like the next like week, Sweetheart was still in stock as a loaf, and I'm kicking myself for not buying the loaf because this was so good. And this was only cured, I think this was like maybe a month or less than a month, and it was so strong. It was a little heart shape and I cut it in half and I put half in my Mainstays warmer and half in a tea light. Did phenomenal in both. This smells to me like fresh squeezed orange juice with a background hint of serendipity. Oh, so good. There's supposed to be pink sugar in this, but I don't really get the pink sugar, but it definitely smells like fresh squeezed orange juice, like from a resort, like, you know, when they have like the fresh juices. Oh my gosh, with like a background of sweetness, like that serendipity, like super in your face sweetness, but it's so softened in the background of this. It's perfection. I hope she pours this again. I'm definitely gonna have to order some. Oh, another Wallflower. This is one of my favorites. I love vanilla pumpkin marshmallow. It just smells like a super creamy, decadent vanilla marshmallow. There's no pumpkin or spice in this at all. My bedroom, it's in my bedroom right now, and my whole bedroom smells like a marshmallow, but it's not too strong. It's like a nice, subtle, sweet note. Like when you walk in, you're just like, ooh, that's really nice. Thankfully, I do have like 10 of these. So I have enough stock of vanilla pumpkin marshmallow. Totally would repurchase again. And it's strong, and it lasts over a month for me because I've had it before, and it's lasts like, I think between 5 and 6 weeks. It's so, so good. Next here is, oh, this was from my friend Liz, and this was a super tart scent. This is Dream Girl, and this is mandarin, cotton candy, and mimosa. This is incredible. This is so good. This is like super sweet, like not really creamy, but like sweet citrus, like sweet candy citrus. Oh gosh, it's so good. It's so good. I love this one. And it wasn't too strong. It was like the perfect strength for me where it still smelled like clean and sweet and pretty. I just loved it. I have to order a clamshell of this. Definitely would repurchase. Definitely recommend it. This is good. That's Dream Girl is the name of the clam. And next up is Zape Baby It's Cold Outside, and this says fresh snow and peppermint candy. Fresh snow must be different for every vendor because in Vintage Chic Scents, her snow smells like Snuggle fabric softener and it's incredible. But this fresh snow smells kind of like this, like Bath & Body Works winter. So it smells like winter, a little bit of a clean note, and peppermint. It was nice, don't get me wrong. It's a really good scent. Just, it's the same thing like I said with this. I'm just kind of burnt out on winter. So had I not like burnt myself on all those winter candles, I probably would have loved this one. But yeah, that winter note was too much for me and I couldn't do it. Okay, yay, we're done with the wax. We're only a half an hour in. My empties are always so freaking long. I'm sorry. Let's get into the candles. Yankee Candle Storm Watch. I love this so much that because this was a large jar, a Yankee Candle large jar, and I love this scent and this label so much that when I knocked my large jar off the counter back in my apartment, I had to smash the rest of the glass off, re-jar it in this Bath & Body Works candle, and tape the label back on, and there are like legitimately like, look, there's pieces of broken glass still on the label. But I just love this label so much because like the scent is great, but it's a little like floral fresh, and like, you know, this is like as visual as it is the scent. Like there's a chunk of glass right there. You need the label. I can, like, it's not a rainy day without Storm Watch. I need to have this in stock always, and I will always repurchase it. Unfortunately, they have this in the soft wax in the 2-wick tumblers for $12 at Marshall's and Home Goods. So run to your Home Goods right now, right after you finish watching this video, and buy like 10 of these because it's a phenomenal scent. It makes a rainy day. It's just, oh, it's perfect. It smells like the earth after it rains. There's nothing better. I love Storm Watch. It's definitely in my top 5 favorite candle scents, and that label is gorgeous, but I also love this label. Ugh, I'm saving this jar because this is just nostalgic. This is like an old school Slatkin candle, and beach grass was so good. Those are the scent notes on beach grass. Oh, it was amazing. They need to bring this back. I mean, all the Slatkin scents need to come back, but this one was just, oh, it was beautiful. It was perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna save this just for nostalgia because I love them both so much. Oh God, that beach grass. And look at that label. I wish they would go back to these like small square, clean, basic labels, like nothing on it, just the name, a clean picture, the logo, even if it says Bath & Body Works now, I don't care. Like, I miss these Bath & Body Works labels. I think these are just so elegant and pretty and perfect. All right, moving on. Vanilla Bean Noel. This was unscented, but I had bought, oh, sorry, Gatsby. I had bought this same thing in the little mason jar, and it had that kerosene smell. I had it in my bathroom in the apartment, and I was like, nope, that's bad. But then I'm like, what the hell? Like, at least it's strong. Like, that kerosene note was strong. So I exchanged it, and instead of getting a new scent, I got another Vanilla Bean Noel, because I'm like, well, maybe it'll be strong and just not kerosene. But nope, I didn't smell anything from this. I had it in every single room in both my apartment and now in the guest house. So I just would keep this on my coffee table right here for ambiance because it was a pretty burn. It just finished itself out last night. Still smells good on cold. I mean, Vanilla Bean Noel is a great scent, but fortunately every vendor makes a Vanilla Bean Noel dupe. So if you buy vendor wax, you never have to be without this. And you don't have to worry about it being unscented from Bath & Body Works. So it's all good. Next up is Black Sands. I really like this one. This is that like black tie manly cologne scent. So good. I kept this in my bathroom and it did phenomenal in my bathroom. It just gave a subtle cologne masculine note, which I love in a bathroom. My husband is like a Neanderthal, and if it's on, he just like puts the lid on. It's like, here, take your candle. Like shakes it up. So that's why it looks like this, because Dan is a freaking ogre with my candles, but I would repurchase this for sure. And this 4-ounce jar did phenomenal. Like, throw was great. It was just enough for a bathroom, like nice and subtle, not too overwhelming. Coconut Sandalwood, on the other hand, was too strong for my bathroom. I had this in my bathroom and it was like overwhelming in that space. So I brought this and lit it in my kitchen, and this is a great scent. You have to like sandalwood because it is very sandalwoody, but then there is like a milky creaminess from the coconut. It's just so pretty. I love it. And this burnt so clean and even, unlike this mess back here. Didn't leave any residue until the very end of the candle, so I did appreciate that. But for a little 4-ounce one wick, I have no complaints about this one. 100% would repurchase Coconut Sandalwood. All right, so that is it for the candles and wax. Real quick, I'm gonna take you through right over here. I have a little bit of body care and some Bath & Body Works stuff. So first off is this Frosted Coconut Snowball Soap. I love the antibacterial deep cleanse, or they're not antibacterial anymore, they're, sorry, deep cleansing. But I love these. They don't dry my hands out. The scent lingers on your hands. This smelled really good, but doesn't smell like coconut. It just smelled like fresh and fruity. Yeah, it smells fruity and perfumey. So the scent notes are vanilla, spun sugar, snowy jasmine, and winter white amber. So I don't know where the fuck they got the name coconut from, but whatever. I would probably repurchase it because the label's adorable and it smells good, even though there's no coconut in it. I don't know where they pull these names out of. Apparently they're asshole. So next is Iced Coconut Colada. This actually did smell like coconut, and I love this packaging. This is, I think, Summer Sips, but I love how the perfume, like squirter, is one of these straws. Like these cute little, like, you know, those straws are like paper and they have the swirls on them. Like, I thought that was such a cute idea, and I'm a sucker for this packaging. And if it came out looking like this again, I 100% would repurchase just because it's so cute. And I love these. I toss these in my gym bag. I put these on before I go run errands. Like, these are my weekday, day-to-day perfumes. And one of the girls I work with at one of my studio made such a good point, because she was like, you always smell so good, but when you're teaching a fitness class, you can't have like fragrance on, because like people are sweating and like you don't want it to be too strong. Like, obviously, like you're running, you're jumping, like you have to breathe. Like, working out is really about your lungs and like your lung capacity. So if you like smell a scent that you don't like you're not going to be able to take those deep breaths. It's going to mess with your workout. So I never wear like heavy fragrances to work, like for that reason. But these are so subtle, and if you're like far enough away from someone, they can't smell it. People really only smell this when you're wearing it, when they give you a hug. Like, even standing next to someone, unless you have just sprayed it, they typically can't smell it, but then it'll like linger on your hair and your clothes. So if I spray it at home and then I drive 15 minutes to work, by the time I'm like standing next to someone, they can't really smell this. It's just when they like hug me after class or hug me hello, they're like, ooh, you smell good. But it's typically just they're smelling this in my hair, because that's really where I spray it, and on my clothes, because that's where I spray it. So It's perfect. And she said, she was like, you know, those Bath & Body Works sprays are the best because they're so non-offensive, but then you also don't feel like, oh, I stink. Like, you know, you want it, like, you're a girl, you want to wear some kind of perfume. So that's why I'll always buy these because they're my go-to for work. They're just perfect for that reason. And this switch is so cute. Does anyone else always lose the cap? Because these stay in my gym bag or my purse. So by the time they're empty, actually by the time it's like down to here, the cap is gone. Like I have no idea where it went. It broke, it fell off. It's at the bottom of my bag. It's in my closet somewhere. Like who knows? But they should just start making these without even a lid because the lids never stay. All right. We're almost done. Let's finish up with Bath & Body Works. Woo! All right, Cashmere Glow. This was on semi-annual sale for like a couple bucks, and I got it, I think it was like 89 cents or $1. It was somewhere in that bracket. And I'm not like crazy about the scent. It's like a little old lady-ish to me, or something like my mom would wear. I don't love the scent, but it was so freaking cheap that I'm like, whatever. I typically buy these to keep either in my gym bag, which I never use because all the places I work they have like body wash in there already. Or I take them on vacation, which again, I end up never using because I use the little body washes in the hotel. But besides the point, I have like 4 of these. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to use them while we're in the guest house because I just have this small little ledge on the shower and everything else is like on the floor and I hate keeping stuff on the floor. So these are perfect to just keep on that ledge. So that's what I use them for. Next up is Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. I don't know why I bought this. It was probably one of those free coupons or whatever. Yeah, it's just... It's like the type of Bath & Body Works smell that like the 5th grade girls are wearing. And I felt like I was wearing like little kids lotion and it was like a little awkward. So yeah, even if it's free, I'm never going to do Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin again. I just like, this is probably old too. I don't even know. Whatever. Wasn't crazy about it. Glad I used it up. No. Oh my gosh. This is from Lush and this is Lord of Misrule Shower Cream. And I really liked this when it came out, but I didn't like this in the shower. I don't know. It's like too spicy and warm of a scent. Like it's a great scent. I like it in a bubble bath and I like it in like taking a bath because it's like warm and soothing and relaxing. But like when I finish a workout and I just want to like take a shower and feel refreshed, I need more of like a bright citrusy. Like this is too patchouli that like I didn't feel clean after I used it, if that makes sense. Like in the shower, I need like bright citrusy scents because otherwise I just don't feel clean. And then last is from Trader Joe's and this is the coconut body butter. I love this stuff. It's always at Trader Joe's and every time I'm there, I buy it. I think it's $4 or $5. It lasts a long time. It is just as moisturizing as the body butters from the Body Shop. Like it is super rich, creamy, decadent, luxurious on your skin. The only downside about this is Gatsby apparently loves the way it tastes and whenever I wear it, he licks me like crazy. But as you can see, I like literally scooped out every last bit I could get. It smells like coconut cake. So good. And I really like these little jars. They're cute to lay out. They're pretty. They're easy to use. You just like wipe your hand in. Just easy application. They're small enough. They're stackable. They're easy to store. So nothing bad to say about this. Have repurchased it. This was a repurchase. I'll continue to repurchase. I love it. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for sticking around with this holy shit 43-minute video. Oh my goodness. Oh God, can my mouth go? So anyway, that sounded so dirty. You know what I mean. I talk a lot. Anyway, there's Gatsby. I'm like having a new thing where I just end my videos with him. Let's roll these lippy. Look at these lippies. Look at these lippy flaps. No, I want to squeeze them. I want to, I love them. I love you. I love you. Oh, you're a sweetheart. You're a sweetheart. Yes, you're like a boy. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video. Bye.